Alright, sorry about that. So, anyways, I'm going to get back to Wisconsin. Alright, Daniel Kelly is running up the margins a little bit. It is currently 41.8% of the popular vote to 58.2% of the popular vote. Daniel Kelly is down by substantial margins, with 46% of the vote in. Honestly, I hate to be pessimistic here, but I don't think Daniel Kelly has a good chance of taking this home. And I mean, there are a couple reasons for this. This doesn't necessarily indicate that Republicans are going to lose it in 2024. It doesn't insinuate that at all. But this is a off-year election, and it's in April. Not a lot of people are going to show up for this. So I'm not saying it's impossible that Kelly comes back here, but I am going to say it's unlikely. I mean, soon they could probably be able to call this, but Kelly is down substantially. So I am going to shift gears to Chicago mayoral election now, real quick. So it's Paul Vallas and Brandon Johnson. Both are attempting to replace Lori Lightfoot. The actual election was February 28th of this year. And now they're holding a runoff election since no candidate obtained 40% of the vote. All right, so currently Brandon Johnson is up by 7,000 votes, 50.7% of the vote to 49.3% of the vote. 258,000 and a half vote, 258,594 votes for Brandon Johnson, and 251,415 for Paul Vallas. Now, personally, I don't really care for either of these candidates, but I overall support Paul education system. I think a privatized education system would help substantially. In addition, he's also supported being tougher on crime, which I think all of us realize that that's incredibly essential for Chicago that a mayor holds those positions. So I'm not very I am much more optimistic about Paul Vallas than I am Daniel Kelly. But with 84% of the vote in, Paul Vallas is still down by 7,000 votes. All right. Daniel Kelly is running up the margins a little bit. 50% of the vote is in exactly. And Kelly is still down by almost 14 points. House, Brown County. Brown County. Brown County. Kelly still holds a 14-point lead there with 26% of the vote in. I mean, we definitely need Green Bay if we have any chance here. And we need Green Bay turnout to skyrocket. Let's see here. Price County. Kelly holds massive leads there, 12 points. Let's see here. Milwaukee County. Once again, didn't really expect Kelly to make this close. I just want him to run up the margins a little bit. So he currently has 29.9% of the popular vote compared to Prostachewicz's 70.1. So Kelly really needs to run up the margins here. In addition, northern Wisconsin really has to turn out here. I mean, this entire election, it's not a presidential election. It's not about campaigning, really. It's about whether you can get the turnout or not. And the fact of the matter is that Daniel Kelly may be a little bit weak on turnout. He may be a little bit weak on turnout. So Waukesha, he's doing pretty well in Waukesha. Holds 16-point leads in Waukesha. All right, Daniel Kelly has made it exactly 14 points here. Pristachowicz holds a 120,000 vote lead. All right, this isn't over. This isn't over. A lot of northern Wisconsin hasn't turned out yet. In addition, not a lot of the Green Bay votes are in. Green Bay is what's really going to make the difference. Dunn County, Kelly holds about a 4-point lead there. Barron County holds about a 20-point lead there. Jefferson County holds a pretty solid lead there. 89% of the vote is in. They might be able to call that pretty soon, actually. So I'm not the most optimistic, but Kelly might be able to come back from this. Let's check on Chicago. Okay, not a lot has changed. Not anymore. The vote has been counted. Not a lot has changed. All right, let's see the returns coming out of Chicago. Yep, as I thought. Still not a lot. No more of the vote has been counted. So looks like Wisconsin is what I'm going to focus on right now. Okay, Kelly is still running up the mark. Okay, Kelly has lost a lot of support here. 57.8% of the vote is held by Judge Janet Pristachowicz. Daniel Kelly only holds 42.2% of the vote. Once again, this is pretty normal. Republicans typically in these states always are in last place whenever it comes to the early returns, because usually those are dominated by Democrats. But now we're midway through counting all of the votes here, and Kelly has still made very little progress. They might be able to start calling some of these counties over here. Washington County, they probably can call by now. Still no more Brown County coming in. And, Daniel Kelly just took another big hit. Now Pristachowicz holds a 16-point lead. Okay, this is not good. Yeah, 56% of the vote is in. And Pristachowicz still holds a massive lead. All right, Ashland County is still remaining competitive. (2020). I'm actually going to bring up the 2022 Wisconsin Senate elections. That way we can get a little bit of a. So that way we can get a real comparison here of how Daniel Kelly is doing compared to how Senator Johnson did. All right. So while that's getting pulled up, yeah, Daniel Kelly still made little to no progress here. He's still down by substantial margins. And what sucks about this really is that Tony Evers, I mean, really, a lot of his agenda has been blocked by the Supreme Court. And so if Republicans lose control of the Wisconsin Supreme Court, then it's entirely possible that Republicans just lose control in Wisconsin altogether. In addition, assuming the Republicans manage to hold this Supreme Court seat, it'd make it a lot easier for Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis, either one, to win the state in 2024. All right, so I'm actually going to compare. So the results have come up here. Is currently only losing it by 3. Currently only losing it by 3. Yeah, currently only losing it by 3 points by margin of 51.5% to 48.5%. Now, granted, a sparse amount of the vote is in, but he's still doing comparatively well in Ashland. Okay, Daniel Kelly just made a 2-point gain here. 60% of the vote is in, and Kelly is now only down by 14. So he's making slow progress. Dane County, currently, Pistachowitz holds a massive lead here. Holds a lead of over 60 points. When compare that to, oh no. With 60% of the vote in, Judge Janet Pistachowitz is officially confirmed as Wisconsin's Supreme Court Justice. Yep. Politico is now confirming it. Daniel Kelly has lost the election. I'm going to check, see if anyone else has called it yet. Has anyone else called it yet? Please tell me no one else has called it yet. Please tell me no one has called it yet, except for Politico. Has anyone else called it yet? Let's see here. NBC News also has the polling numbers out. Have they called it yet? They have. They've called it. They've called it. This is hard for me to believe, actually. They called it.